Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope y'all are doing well. Today we're going to be making a birthday card for my little guy. Today's his birthday. He is turning 10. And while I would like to put numbers all over, 1 0, I will not be doing that. I am going to stamp him out a card with a bunch of envelopes on it as the background. And I have a little house mouse dupe that I had got a while back, I believe. I hope that you all are doing well. So I went to the doctor yesterday from the whole fiasco. Okay, so I'm gonna take you through this journey. Thank you so much for contacting me and sending me messages saying that you hope I'm doing well. Um, I went to the doctor on September 30th. The following day, I went to the emergency room on September 30th. The following day, I contacted my primary care provider and I left a message saying I need to be a follow up because the emergency room doctor recommended I have a CAT scan of my brain. Um, then I left a message. They never contacted me back. Mind you, all I've been telling you, I've been having headaches non-stop, ongoing, 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 ongoing. I have a family history of headache, stroke, stuff like that. So it worries me because I don't want to leave my son so early in his life. And I know if it happens, it happens. I have no control over it. Um, Not saying I want that to happen, but I understand the ramifications, right? So that's why I was trying to be more proactive than I would normally if I had stumped my toe. I just kind of let the toe do its thing to recover. Anyway, so I called back, talked to the nurse advice line, and she was like, I recommend you go get seen within the next 3 days. So that was last week. I called them, they don't have anything, so I show up. So I spoke to that nurse on Wednesday. I go there Thursday, and she told me to go in as a walk in, blah, 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 blah. Well, none of the doctors are there to see me. They're all doing doctor stuff at other places or whatever. Um, so I'm like, okay. They said, well, come back tomorrow at 11:30, which would have been Friday. Well, Friday, I get a phone call from them saying, we know we told you to come back today, but the doctor isn't here. We're going to reschedule an appointment for Tuesday, 11:30. I said, is it a real appointment or is it another walk in? And she's like, it's a walk in. I'm like, okay. So now I'm still flustered, frustrated, you know, whatever word we're using, fill in those blanks, right? And so, using this marker red. So, and I use gray, morning mist. So, I'm frustrated because so before September 30th, I had headaches 2 solid weeks every day. Um, and when I go to the emergency room, they do a CAT scan. She said I don't see nothing, but she don't examine me. She just looks at the X-ray and moves on. So now I'm really angry. I told you I used to be in the medical profession before I stopped working. And if you've been here long enough, I used to work when I was employed. I was still doing medical stuff. Um, anyway, this is a really cool stamp background. You could take this and make tags with it. I'm sitting here thinking about what we're gonna do for Valentine's Day. Anyway, it's very frustrating not to get the help you think you need or the help you know you need because they don't have any appointments. Not only that, my insurance company was like, the place you went is not in the network, so we're not going to pay for this medication for you. And I'm like, okay, fine. I just need to know if you're going to charge me for this CAT scan that this woman did on my head, right? So, long story short, I won't discuss like the actual thing because it's still an ongoing thing. But I went to the doctor yesterday, and she comes in, and mind you, I'm already flustered from all the other stuff, right? Because I don't normally have white coat. I don't have white coat syndrome, but yesterday my blood pressure was up some, and she was like, "They was like, do you have high blood pressure?" I was like, no, but she upset me because she comes in the room and she's like, she's not my patient. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, ugh. And in my mind, I'm like, they're gonna send me home. They're gonna send me home again. I've been here twice. I've called, all this stuff. So I'm frustrated. Like it's frustrating me. And the nurse, bless her little heart, she's like, were you upset before you came? I was like, no, but I was already apprehensive because I knew it was going to be some shenanigans that happened, right? I knew it was going to be some nonsense that was about to go down. So the lady, the doctor, turns out to be very nice, and we have a conversation about things, and she expresses some of the stuff that has gone on in her life, blah blah blah. So we had a human connection, right? And so we go through, and she's like, "Well, I want you to start taking this medicine for your headaches," and then she gives me a blood pressure machine to start taking my blood pressure. Now, y'all, I don't have high blood pressure, and I'm going to make sure that it stays that way. So I'm going to change a few things. I used to always be in a Zen state of mind. What's a Zen state of mind? A Zen state of mind is, in my opinion, when things don't bother you when they should, because you know that it's okay. Nothing that you do can change the outcome of it. If you've given it your all, if you tried your hardest, if you've done all the things that you feel like you can do, nothing's going to change the outcome. So, I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to go back to less worry. And that's another reason why I try not to get in other people's business because I don't need your stuff messing with my stuff. I already understand that I have stuff and I don't want to be bothered with your stuff, right? So I don't consider myself to be a nosy person. A nosy person who's like, "Ooh, what happened? Why are they moved?" Those kind of things. These are gel pens, y'all. You know that already, but just in case, we're using some gel pens to create some color. So I've always tried my hardest not to get stressed out because I've been in that state before. Like you can just cry and cry and cry and make yourself very upset from crying, or you could worry, worry, worry and make yourself very upset from worrying. I used to be that person. My mom used to always tell me, "You need to stop that. You can't take on everybody else's problems." All those things. And I really tried my hardest not to do that anymore. I try my best to just wake up and be like, it's life. These things happen. I also try not to put myself in situations where bad things are bound to happen, right? I try to make better choices, wiser decisions. And so I'm just going to go back to that. I'm going to just try my hardest to increase positivity, right? And so crafting is a relief for that. I used to always say I cut paper so I don't have to, do it to people. Um, Crafting is definitely a good release of stress. These look the same. I think that is the same. So yeah, thank you so much. Hopefully, I'm on the up of the let's get it together thing. I was really worried that I had some type of brain thing going on, causing me to not feel very well. And it, like I said, I have family history of that, and that's what was concerning me. And no one, the doctors, I should say, my medical people, weren't really trying to help. At the same time, it is a lot of stuff going on with my medical care people, so I get it. I get it. Just trying to get all these little hearts. I'm not gonna color the envelopes. I'm sitting at the red light yesterday because that's what I do my best thinking. Not on the toilet like most people, at a red light. And I was like, we should have just did spooky season all of October because we still have July, I mean, November for fall, right? And also, I was like, oh, we could have tried to do the 13 days of Halloween. Now, whenever I try to do a series like that, y'all, it never goes well. It does not go well for us. So I opted out of that one. I'm looking at this and I'm trying to decide on which one I want. I think this little party animal right here is what we're going to go for. Okay. So yeah, I do appreciate um, you all just being there for me. Thank you so much. I'm gonna do this little party hat. I was gonna do this in gray, but I'm choosing to do it in black because I need to fussy cut it out. Okay. I think I have this original because you know how I feel about house mouse. Well, you might not know, but you know how I feel about house mouse. I was thinking about have a wonderful day all over the paper, but it's already busy, so we won't be doing that. Let's go ahead and color this little guy up. I want to show y'all something real quick. Nicholas knocked this on the floor and it's broken. These things break really, really easily. So that's one flaw of this storage system. If you don't have a wild, greedy cat that sings the song of his people to you in the morning, it may work. And I don't know how you can reinforce plastic like that. Maybe a coat of something. But if that's the case, then you should probably buy a better quality plastic. This is orange bronze. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna give him a red party hat because my son's favorite color, one of them is red. I think this is a girl mouse though. I think this is Amanda or Monica. I think Monica is the smallest one. Had watched like a 2 3 minute documentary of the person that actually draws this, and um, her and her husband at the time were our business partners now. He does the business part, and she does the artwork, but they're no longer married. So he makes the deals with. Well, at the time I was watching it, with the companies, because they have these in they usually have like 4 or 5 house mouse stamps in Hobby Lobby. And Hobby Lobby used to have rows and rows of stamps. Now they have a shelf. I do know that Hobby Lobby needs to slow down on putting all that furniture in the store, though, from Bed Bath and Beyond, right? Because we don't need that. We still want a craft store. No, I take that back. I still want a craft store. These scissors are not good for cutting paper. I think those are my fabric scissors, so hopefully I didn't mess them up. But I hope that you all are doing well today. It is Wednesday. I already said that, I know. And so we're going to go out to eat tonight. I got an email about a particular little Lego set that my son had added to his wish list. And although the price isn't super ideal, I think it'll be really cool for him to get. So I ordered it and it's supposed to come today. Um, but I think I might save it for Christmas because I already got him some other stuff. I'm whispering just in case he kind of sneaks up on me like he does from time to time. Um, but yeah, I'm excited. This mouse is on a rug. I'm gonna color this rug a color underneath and inside. I'm gonna color that. I've never been good at cutting out like a buffer around the images. I've always tried to cut as close as possible to those things. All right, let's see. There we go. Let's do gray. All right. And then I'm just gonna take my black marker and edge around just to give it more a boom. Here I am. So my son is going to school today. Cause it's a school day, right? Could you imagine if you got a holiday and didn't get counted? Your birthday was a holiday and it didn't get counted against you. Like you still got all the perks. Okay. Now we could use. Oh no 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 no! My little punch is gone, y'all. What? Yeah, I have a punch over there on my other side, and it's gone. I was going to use it to do our sentiment. Not good. Not good. I'm slacking. I am slacking. So I'm going to put, I hope you have an amazing day. Amazing birthday. Happy birthday. Wishing you many more candles, is what it says. I'm going to stamp this in Charming Pink. Let's see. Let's see how it's going to look. It's not going to look right. I can already tell. It's not going to look right. So we're going to just go ahead and stamp over this with this black. Maybe we can create a window. Not a window. What is that word? Let's see. We cannot create that. I'm okay with this not being that. Okay. There we go. Let's put this thing together, shall we? So I'm gonna cut this down one more time. I want. It still didn't do it. I wanted the hearts to show. It's okay. It did not do it though. So let's go ahead and glue this on. I'm using this prefabricated card from Hobby Lobby. It says 2019 on the back. But yeah, let's go ahead and put these babies on. I think I'm gonna put this on first, and then that, and then we'll glue the other pieces down. So I don't think I have $11 in cash on me. I might, but I'll put that in his birthday card. Cause one to grow on. Maybe people don't do that anymore. Because when we sing happy birthday to little kids, everybody's like, happy birthday, the song. And when I was growing up, it was like, and many more. They don't do that. But my son does it because I do it. So at least it's two people in there doing something from 19 something. This makes me all giddy inside. I normally, okay, let's be open. I am not a good birthday person rememberer for people. I usually, but this year I'm trying to remember. I've reached out to someone already. I was like, when is your birthday? Because I don't want to send money. I would like to send, I meant to ink the edges up, y'all. Such is life. Such is life. I want to make something, right? But sometimes money is making something. It's making that person happy. They can get the stuff they want, not the stuff you think that they want, right? My uncle sent my son $50, and my son's like, "Okay, when is my money coming? I want to buy this, this, or this, or this." But he don't understand money like that because he's grown up in a credit card era, a swipe it debit card kind of era. So he doesn't understand money. And I was like, "It's already in my account." He was like, "Well, when can I get it?" I said, You're not getting it, first of all, like that. We will discuss the purchases that he makes. Um, Not that he can't buy it, but I said, your birthday is when? Wednesday. Come ask me about buying these things. He wants to buy some games, some little add-ons on his game. I said, ask me about that on your birthday, not not your birthday. Okay, because we're gonna go out to eat today, and that's enough fun, right? No, I'm just an old fogey, right? I'm an old fogey. I don't think that's gonna be a good color. Let's try this. Let's see. We used black soot the last time we used this one, so that's good. My son was actually supposed to be born on the 29th of October, but he came on the 22nd. It was a fairly decent experience, except for I had to. He got to 9.5 and wouldn't move anymore. He was like, mm-mm, "I'm done." Little lazy self. Um, so we had to go to the emergency, not emergency, but we had to go to the surgical suite to have it done. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, and so I felt the cut, so they numbed me up some more. They knocked me out. I was higher than a kite, okay? Higher than a kite. And I don't really remember that. And so I started having like, I was freaking out. I was like, where is he? Because I didn't remember having the baby. I was like, is he okay? Did I hurt him? Blah, blah, blah. They was like, no, he's fine. Like I was devastated. Devastated. Because I really wanted to go through that pain, I guess. I don't know what I was thinking. Because who wants to say, yes, I want that pain? But a lot of females are not very nice when it comes to child delivery. They're very set in how what they feel is right for babies. So I remember after I had had my son, I was at Hobby Lobby in Jackson, Mississippi, or Flowood. One, it was in Mississippi though, and Jackson and Flowood are like right next to each other. But anyway, and I heard these two old people, two mature ladies, having a conversation about maybe their son's wife not being able to breastfeed, right? It was like she can't breastfeed, blah 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 blah. And I was in my whole postpartum, I had just had my son um situation, maybe a couple of months in, and I was like, not everyone can breastfeed. Not everyone can do it naturally. They need help, and that's why they created formula. Like I was so angry at these people for. I should have just minded my business, but sometimes you got to tell people mind your business, even though you're not minding your business. I hope that made sense. Because I just didn't feel like it was right for them to be bashing this lady. Because maybe she couldn't breastfeed. Maybe she could not do that. I don't think any lady is like, I don't want to do what everyone else is doing when it comes to helping their child out. I pulled out these little these things, flat back heart pieces that I got a while back. I don't remember when. It wasn't this year, I don't think. And this is how I create more piles of beads on my floor, y'all. Cause why I have to cut this like this? This not even how it opens. But nope, here we are. We cut it open like that. And now I'm gonna have to sit it on my desk for a while, and then you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna knock it over, and all the beads are gonna fall out, and I'm gonna be mad at myself. Again, his favorite color is red, so I think I'm just gonna do one heart right here. Yeah, that's a big old heart, y'all. Not big enough for the amount of love that I have for my little guy, though. No matter how crazy he makes me. That is the card. Let me know what you think. I hope that you enjoyed this as well as the story, and I am hoping that everything's okay. I'll keep you informed, kinda, right? Kinda. I'll let you know if it gets worse, because if it gets worse, I'm gonna take a break from creating just to get rid of a lot of stuff, just in case. And I'm hoping that it doesn't. I feel like I have at least 50 more years in me. So anyway, I hope that y'all have a great rest of your day, and I hope that until next time, you have an amazing, amazing time. Happy crafting.